I think our role as first aiders has multiple aspects to it. To begin with, you need to know what to do, so you have to have some preparation. Then when the emergency happens, or you see an emergency, you have to make sure that you're safe. You have to know what medical care to provide, and then you have to take care of yourself afterwards. So I think our roles when it comes to providing first aid is, one, taking the class like you are now, so that you can learn about what to do in emergencies. Yes, a lot of things we can kind of figure out. It is common sense, but having gone through a first aid class gives us a lot more confidence that we're doing what is correct, and makes it much more likely that we are going to respond. When we see there is an emergency, we need to make sure that we're safe. And once we are safe, we probably need to summon additional resources, or calling 911, or calling for EMS or police or fire or whatever is needed. After that, if it is safe, we can begin to provide some first aid. Now, generally, first aid is going to be relatively simple emergency care that's provided before the professional rescuers arrive. So these are going to be things like controlling bleeding, maybe cooling off some burns. It could be CPR, but things that are fairly simple to do. When the professional rescuers arrive, we're going to turn over care to the rescuers and let them care for the patient. They're going to have some questions for us, like, what did you do? Do you know anything about the person? What happened? Do you know any medical history about the person? So they're going to ask some questions of you. So you want to stay a few moments to make sure that they've asked all the questions that they want. And then afterwards, we need to take care of ourselves. Now, to begin with, you might need to clean up. So that's going to go to a sink with soap and water and wash any blood or body fluids off of you. You may have to clean up some of your other things, your clothes, first aid kit, whatever it may be. And you need to restock your first aid kit. So if you used any of your supplies, this is a good time to go ahead and restock them. And while you're in there, go ahead and take a look at the rest of the first aid kit to make sure everything is up to date. So really, I think we have a preparatory phase, which is taking the classes and learning what to do. We then have the actual emergency happening, and then we're going to look for safety. We're going to call for additional help, and we're going to provide first aid. And then we have kind of a post-call or after the call time period where we take care of ourselves, clean up ourselves, and restock our first aid kits. So that is what I think our roles in first aid should be.